wait, who's your favorite daughter?
You're not going to get an answer to that
Why?
question because it's bullshit. You don't do that to anybody. Who would do that?
Who else would I ask?
Who would do that to anybody, though? Say like,
All right. Bitches be sipping.
I can't wait to have kids. Wait.
Welcome back to the
Shit show.
Brought to you by Shag Mag. Shag Mag is the one, the only digital magazine, 100% uncensored.
100% of the time.
I forgot to say that we feature the hottest woman, but that's a given. Look at us.
Yeah, obviously we feature the hottest women.
This episode is also sponsored by Roman Swipes. We will give you the Roman plug later in this episode, so keep an eye out for that.
I'm stoked. I'm so excited for this.
This episode, I'm nervous as fuck for this episode. This is probably the most nervous I've been for an episode.
Really?
Yes, 100%. Uncensored.
Well, I can't wait 100% of the time.
I'm like, this is gonna be insane. I'm kind of shaking.
Don't shake.
Should we start? Let's read a 5-star comment really quick before we jump in. Before I get too ahead of myself and spill the beans on who our guest is. Let's see. All right. Hot, goofy, funny chicks. J. Dancock. I feel like that was like a spin on words, but it's not. 5 stars. I love all your stories and how you keep it real with a bunch of exclamation points. You need us to keep it real. That is one thing.
Yes, thank you.
Do Jane Dancock.
Jane Dancock.
You know what question I get asked a lot?
What?
Guess.
Mm.
I'm genuinely asking. Just guess. What do you think I get asked a lot? If you had to think of one question that I get asked a lot, what would you think it'd be?
Who's your daddy?
My dad's like, fuck.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. What's another question you think I get asked a lot?
I don't know.
What question do you get asked a lot?
I was trying to imply this. I'm not sure.
What question do you get asked a
Are
lot?
you Julia Rose? Can I get a
You
picture?
get asked that?
No, do I get
Yeah,
asked?
what's your biggest question that you get asked?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Why aren't you working? What are you doing?
Where are you?
Where are you? One of the questions I get asked the most is, I mean, I don't say most. That's a little dramatic, but I get asked if I have daddy issues. Do you have daddy issues, Vex?
I don't know.
Doesn't everyone at this point, like, what's considered like not having, like, I feel like
what's
even like
daddy issues? Like, I'm chill with my dad.
Yeah, but I feel like you still, like, when you say maybe you like, I mean,
everyone has hit issues.
Let's just put it that way.
Put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Do you have issues? Yes.
You have a good relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
And you still like to be choked.
Yeah. Yep. It's like trying not to laugh.
This is gonna be probably the best episode of the Shit Show yet. Our guest this evening can probably answer that question of if I have daddy issues or not. Without further ado, I want to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, my father.
Go, Sean. Go, Sean.
It's not your birthday. It's not your birthday. Coming in with a cowboy hat per usual, and he's gonna put it upside down so that the luck doesn't fall out of it.
True story.
Wow.
Sean needs to wind it up.
Wind it up, Dad. Wind it up. Come on.
What do you
Yeehaw.
I'm on the shit show.
You're on the say shit show.
Shit show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we had to give a little bit of backstory because if you would have told me last year or 6 months ago that I'd be sitting next to you on the shit show, there's no way. There's no way we'd be here. We were literally, my employees were just inside fighting over sex toys in front of my dad, and I was just sitting there like, what the hell is going on with life right now?
What kind of dork do you think I am? You think I just totally don't relate at all?
But you're like, okay, come on. Like, this
Your
is
dad won the sex toy fight.
When you asked for me to come out, what did I say?
Okay, but would you have said yes?
A year ago, yeah.
No, you
never
wouldn't.
asked. You never asked.
Let's just put it in
I
context.
don't change a lot. I'm pretty consistent.
You've changed a lot over the years.
Your perception of me has changed a lot over the years because you've gotten older and more mature, and then parenting changes as children get older.
Let's just tell people I'm from a really, really, really conservative small town in Texas. Why are you laughing?
Because your conservatism started in Louisiana. You blame it on Texas.
Because that's all I remember is crossing the state line. You'd be like, "Do you smell that?" And we'd be like, "No." And you're like, "We're not in Louisiana anymore." Like
Fact.
It's literally how he would cross the state lines. No, I wasn't allowed to wear a bikini at all. I secretly bought a bikini.
To what age?
When I was like 16, I went to PacSun and I remember buying a bikini and keeping it in the bag with the receipt and never.
But there are degrees of bikini.
What do you mean? No, there's a bikini, a tankini, and a one piece.
Age-appropriate bikinis.
How old were you when you wore a bikini?
Define the bikini.
Well, I was named after a bikini line, so.
This is why me and Becca are best friends. Becca was in a bikini catalog modeling swimsuits when you were what? 11?
I was in middle school, yeah. But they let me do it for fun.
Fun.
This is just some more context. If I came out of the room when I was like in high school, mind you, and I was wearing a shirt and not shorts, pants, because I could not wear shorts.
How tight were the pants, Julia?
Okay, see, that's not even the point of the question.
It's
That's not even part. No, part of the question is
it's all relevant.
Becca's gonna be mediator. I would have to my dad would say, raise your hands. And if my stomach showed.
Midriff?
No, from raising your hands.
Okay.
My stomach is now showing without even having to raise my hand.
You're an adult.
So does
Welcome
that
to the world. As a teen, as a kid, there was times where you had to be pay a little closer attention
But
to that.
Grady, my brother, is 17.
He shows his stomach all the time.
Well, okay. He's flexing his abs. What's the difference?
Because I know how dudes think. And
Okay.
I've always known how
Here's
dudes
a lesson
think.
of Julia's dad of how dudes think. How do dudes think?
Well, there's guys are...
Spit it out, Dad.
Well, they...
My dad says dudes are dogs.
Yes.
Most dudes are dogs.
You guys are all dogs.
No,
All of you.
well,
All of you.
there's a high percentage of dogs, so you don't bait the dogs. You
Okay, well, why is me wearing a shirt
because
bait?
you're beautiful no matter what you wear. You can leave something to the imagination, and people are like, "She's still freaking gorgeous." You don't have to.
But this is the problem, that it's seen as bait. Why can't I walk down the street butt naked and you cannot look?
I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling you what they are.
Anyways.
No, a little imagination is not a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
And
but
you're in high school, honey. I'm not saying that
even when I was in college.
you can walk around however you want now. All I did was try to tell you the difference.
And now look at me.
You're awesome. I win. Look at
I'm now topless. Now I don't even wear shirts.
That's not even the point. That's
What's
a
the point?
small point. Decision making is the point.
And
Being
you think
successful, being daring, taking risk. That's the point. I won. I don't give a shit if you show your tits or not.
Wait, say that in on camera for me really quick.
What?
Say that again. I don't care if you show your tits or not.
Well, I mean, if I had
Oh,
to choose,
now
if I had to choose an avenue to show your brilliance, it might not have been through the breast, but it doesn't.
I love this. So actually, how this episode came about is we actually got asked to do a Clubhouse episode with Ariel Zuckerberg and their parents. I don't remember, what was it called? Schmitschma?
It was big balls, whatever you.
Yeah.
It was great, like Chisma
I can't
or
remember what
something.
it's called.
But they were awesome
They're awesome.
people. Love
So basically
them.
what they do is they have founders of companies come on with their parents and they get to like banter back and forth, and Ariel Zuckerberg and her parents are on there, and so they give like feedback, and they were really interested in Shag Mag and where I came from like a really small conservative town. Why do you roll
keep
your
crushing
eyes?
me. It's all degrees of conservatism.
No, it's not.
It is.
You wouldn't last a day there, Becca. It's
Yeah,
out.
it's
think
so
so.
conservative. You know that I couldn't escort a girl in high school to the homecoming because her parents thought I was too rowdy.
That
you
doesn't
think-
surprise me.
Well,
Now you're taking that on me.
No, I'm just telling you that it's all degrees. People's perspective of, right and wrong, and there's degrees.
Well, I'm just giving people context where I come from.
Yeah,
Very
but
small
it wasn't-
conservative town.
You call it that, but
Dad, it is
somebody
when you're
from a-
out of the bubble, you go back. Like sometimes I'll think back and I'm like, damn, like you don't realize how small Hazlet, Texas. Like all we had was a Subway that we ate out every single day.
but it was
and a gas-
consistently good.
They literally know my
I
dad.
love Subway.
Oh
what
my
you got
God.
at Subway?
What?
Do you like the tuna?
My dad orders the same thing. What?
steak.
Let your dad explain. Just like you got to explain where you came from.
Okay, you explain.
Let's see his
Explain
Explain
what?
Hazlet
Oh yeah.
in your perspective.
She's giving her perception of it.
Hazlitt's not where you were from.
God, that's basically where I was raised. Like I was in middle school, elementary. Middle,
How long were you in Louisiana?
before elementary school? Elementary, middle, and high school. Yes, I went to Hazlet Elementary.
You were at a private school in Louisiana. I used to pick you up
St.
from school.
Luke's.
Right. Till how old?
I don't know. I was little.
Until you were about
Okay, well,
what,
explain
6?
I think I grew like memories or Hazlet, which is Hazlet, Texas. Is how would you explain Hazlet, Texas?
Explain
Hazlitt was awesome.
It was awesome.
Well, no, Hazlitt was. We moved. Okay, so we were in Keller.
Mhm.
Keller was another. It was a suburb. It's all DFW, Dallas Fort Worth
Yeah.
suburbs, right? So in Keller, we had a 0 lot line. If you looked out your window, your neighbor was staring you in the
Right.
face. It was one of those subdivisions that there was no room.
We had
So-
like half an acre backyard, and that was no room to him.
Not in Keller, we didn't. In Hazlitt, we did.
Oh.
That's why we moved out there.
Okay, well, we moved out to nowhere.
To give you some room.
Some room.
Yeah, because Mallory and Grady came along. Then it wasn't just you.
I
And
hated them.
I wanted you to be able to run and have fun. So that's why I moved to Hazlitt. Hazlitt wasn't.
Okay, but how
evil.
would you explain Hazlet to people?
It was a regular old.
Small conservative town in Texas. It was so tiny. Everyone knew everyone's business. I'll put it in perspective. What we did for fun is we would go put pennies on the railroad track to see trains run over them and flatten them. That's literally something we did.
And
for
that
fun.
was cool.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't get to do that.
There you go. That sums it up. So we
No.
go on Clubhouse. They asked me to be on Clubhouse because they wanted to hear my dad's perspective on Shag Mag. And I don't even know, had you, like, before we did the Clubhouse, you kind of knew what I did, but not to, like, an extent. Like, what did you think Shag Mag, have you opened
I
us?
kind of knew what Shag Mag was, but I felt kind of weird. Okay, so
Okay.
when
Oh,
when you
God.
did the World Series stunt, I saw it on Twitter before I knew it was you. So it's like, wow. And then it's like you hear who it is, and it's like, what the fuck? What am I doing? What am I thinking? Then I have to rethink my whole life. Like, holy shit, there I was. And I was thinking, it was you.
It was me.
I can't think like that.
It's actually one of the every interview that I did after the World Series. They're like, "Was your dad watching the World Series?" And I
See,
didn't know.
no, I wasn't.
You didn't watch the World
No,
Series. You just saw
but
it
I
on
saw the
Twitter.
replay. Yeah, wasn't watching it.
I hit a home run.
Well, yeah, you achieved
I
you
won.
achieved your goal.
So okay, but you didn't know. What did you think I did out here before? Like,
I knew kind of what you did.
no, you didn't, because when one of our main conversations we had when I came back for one of the football games, you said I did porn.
I think I'm getting some aggression, and I'm not really feeling it.
Okay, but you didn't know what it was because it's not porn.
Well, now I know it's. I have a whole nother understanding.
Well, what did you think? What, like, when you thought I was in?
I
LA?
don't think you got to show yourself to be greatness. I think you've got greatness written all over you, and you don't have to be. And I'm not saying, you could choose whatever
Thanks, you're not
avenue.
saying a whole lot over there.
No, I'm listening. I'm liking this.
Oh, great.
Like,
Becca,
back-
you're supposed to be the comic relief. You're supposed to chime in. When
I know.
she
I'm thinking
throws-
about a joke. I'm like,
She throws those harpoons at me. You're supposed to help me.
It's not harpoons. I know. I am genuinely curious. Like, when you knew I was out in LA, what did you?
You were
think?
bartending for a long time.
I did bartend.
That's what I thought. Primarily we were doing.
all he thought was that you were making mojitos
Mojitos.
in LA.
And then what? What did you think?
Well, then I kind of knew what was going on, but I what? It wasn't. I thought, Julia, you have been brilliant your whole life.
Mhm.
You made as good a grades as you wanted to. As you wanted to is my point. Is
Mhm.
like you only put forth the effort to get to wherever you wanted to get.
School's bullshit.
I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying the point is that you could have done anything. You didn't. You didn't have to go into
So you're saying
the
would
boob
you
business.
the boob
Not that
business?
there's anything wrong with it.
You
I'm
keep
just
pulling
saying.
me back and forth, Dad.
Well,
Would you rather me have gone to college and be working a 9 to 5 that is regular, schmegular, and back in Texas?
it's not up to me. My job is to help you make good decisions. That your whole life I've been trying to coach you into being able to be an adult who makes good decisions. And look at you. You're fucking successful.
Would you say
win.
that I have daddy
You know-
issues?
Well, you got to define what that is. You can blame on me whatever you want. Hopefully, you take the good stuff and say, you know what, my dad told me to be persistent. My dad told me to be tough. My dad helped me, you know.
My dad-
that
I
a lot
was
of the
actually telling
winning
you-
is from the dad.
You helped me.
But
One
then you can
thing,
throw all the other shit on me too if you want to, but that's your choice.
one thing that you did teach me that has paid off is throwing a football. We used to stay on the yard and I'd throw a football and be like, why am I doing this? And now when we go throw a football, you know how many guys I've gone on dates
And
with?
farting under your arm.
Yes,
I
my
taught you how
dad
to do
taught me how
that.
to
I
fart
told you
under my-
My
guys.
dad told me that too.
I told you guys would like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
But
don't
you've
know
always
the
had a
arm
good
thing.
arm. You've
Yeah.
always been athletic.
So one thing you did spill when we were around the clubhouse and they had us banter, and it actually went like real. Like I'm not gonna lie, really nervous going into that because we had never really talked about what I did before. Like we kind of bantered back and forth and had like a pretty big disagreements on like what I was doing, but you were so like I guess more open minded when we talked on the clubhouse, like about like what is like the business behind it and like what was actually going on. I think that's like kind of
Well,
when
you got to think about the time and about how you're older, you're an adult, you treat teens different than you do adults.
Mhm.
Parenting is tough.
Would you say it's probably like running a business?
It-
Parenting, you don't have
It's
any
never.
roles,
It's a job that's never over. But
but you can't delegate. you
but
can't-
your role
Yeah.
changes. Your role
Level.
changes as your children mature. So when you got to a certain age, I mean, what am I gonna do? Run down the street with a sign that says, "Don't show your tits." No,
Yes.
no, that's not it.
Well-
you're a good decision maker. You've been successful. You're
One-
surrounded by some great people.
One thing you did talk about when we were on the clubhouse, which was very interesting, is I heard for the very first time you dated a penthouse pet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Wait, what was the wow? What was that?
Well, it was kind of tricky. So the company I work for advertised in Penthouse Magazine. So the Penthouse Pets came down to spring break to promote their magazine and sign autographs.
How would they promote it?
They'd sign autographs, you know, do their thing in our area. And but when we weren't actually executing the promotion, then we were asked to escort them around the hotel
For
because there was a
you.
lot. Exactly. I was probably 24, 25 years old. And
And
one of them asked me to escort her back to her room to get some suntan lotion.
oh.
I gotta tell you, it's in hindsight, yeah, but at the time, you gotta realize
Here's my dad
that
trying to teach me what guys are thinking, but penthouse pet needs
No,
sundown.
I
lotion.
was so dorkage, like it was embarrassing in hindsight. Because we go up to the room, and like they're in the top floor, so I go out, I'm looking off the balcony, like, gosh dang, this is cool, and I turn around and boom!
She's naked.
Oh yeah,
Front naked.
oh yeah, it was on right then, and I
Wow.
was like a deer in the headlights. But then, yeah, after that, she came and visited me a couple of times, and then I found out she was married.
Did she get her
Train wreck.
suntan lotion when you took
Yeah.
her?
Did she?
It was totally off the books. Yeah,
There was no suntan.
no. But it took a while. She came and visited me a couple of times, and then
What did
she
you
admitted
do?
to being married. I was done.
How'd you
Soon
find
as I-
out? How'd
soon
you
as I
find
fi-
out she was
She
married?
she admitted it, but she thought that there was a chance that
You were gonna
How
be
long
like,
did
yeah
you-
that I was
yeah.
gonna be like, oh, that's
How long did you guys see each other before you found out she was married?
before. Well, it was like it was the promotion, then like she came down for a week, and then I don't know. It wasn't a long-term thing, but it was.
Penthouse Pets. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it, right?
Now
yeah.
Who would've
the
thunk?
conservative dad.
You were also a air. What was it?
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Don't say stewardess.
Why? Why?
Because I was a man one.
And you were a model. You have black and whites. I remember looking at those. Dad was a model.
Oh.
Yeah.
But at 5'11", you don't get a lot of work.
The what? No,
At 5'11", yeah. If you're not 6'6'2".
Bex, why didn't you ask my dad? You quiz him. Come on. You be like, the
Quiz
dad.
me what?
Quiz him about what? Yeah. What do you want me to quiz him? What are you thinking? What are you
Ask him
thinking?
who his favorite kid is.
Who's your favorite kid?
I'm trying to
question.
think. I want to tell you a story of like something that you maybe don't know.
You want to tell me something that I maybe don't
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why?
And then after I do have.
You trying to get a shock value out of me?
Just get reactions while we're here.
You think I'm going to give you the reaction you want?
I don't know. Did you know about that party I threw at the house?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know about that? The
Uh,
really big one?
Yeah, it was like Project X.
It was actually really genius. This goes back to like,
It was genius.
I actually made a lot of money from this party. So basically, my dad, we'd make trips to Corpus Christi. This was like the first spring break you ever let me stay by myself.
Mhm.
And
Because I trusted
And you ruined
you.
it. You
Trust.
ruined the trust.
Did I ruin
totally
it?
trusted you.
So,
yeah. Stay
I-
home, Joey. You got it. You got to work, right?
yeah. So I found out that the like grown-ups, whatever, this is high school, spring break. I found out that the grown-ups of the neighborhood were throwing a party that same weekend. And so I had all the high school kids park down the street and I blacked out our windows with blankets and like black
When
tape.
she says all of them, she means all of them.
Like we had all the front of the house's windows, and I had duct tape blankets to where if you drove past the house, you thought all the noise was coming from the house next door, and you thought the grown-ups were having a party. So I planned it perfectly. I put like tarps on the ground. We had bartenders. We had beer pong tournament in the
you had a
garage.
DJ at my house.
I had a DJ.
You moved all my furniture into the bedrooms to make a dance
Hey,
floor.
at least I was respectful of the furniture.
I bet there's still ping pong balls in that garage.
It was great. It was great. I didn't get punished for that. You didn't even like get mad, really. Why?
You found out, right? How did you find out?
I charged $5 at the door, and then apparently you had told the grown-ups to come check on me or something.
I didn't tell anybody. They clued into something going on over there, and
But they came over and they were more fucked up than us, and then they were like,
They had
"Let's
been
go!"
out. They had been out drinking all night, and they come home, and they knew something was going on over there. So they said they went in, and it was like ants. Like they just started, like the
It was
backyard.
bad. There
they
was
were
people
going
in
over the
bushes. Like
fences.
it was bad.
They said there was probably 1,000 people at my house.
There was so many people.
Wow.
It was so fun. Probably I literally.
I found what was that liquid bottle like hydrocodone or something in my backyard?
I don't know.
They have that in liquid?
I don't
Max is
know.
like, can I get that?
It was
Can I
a
get
bottle.
That back?
It was, I don't know what it. I mean,
Going
it was.
straight to
He was
drugs?
pulling out. You know how it was like a really bad party when we had like crushed PBR, the tall boys, just like the cheapest beer. No, what's the other one? The Amstel. No, the cheap
Schaefer
beers.
Light.
So there's
Schaefer.
Oh, Natty Light.
Natty Light. Yeah, Natty Light's
Light.
crushed up. That's how you know it was great. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of anything else I could tell you that would just like
I knew that. I've
What's
known that for
something?
years.
What's something that Julia might know?
might
not know.
Yeah, tell me a story. Get some shock value out of me.
But like 2 truths and a lie? You want to try to figure me out?
Oh, you already know because they told you to come up with your. Yeah, let's do two.
You
truths
want
and
me
a lie.
not?
Yeah, yeah.
You want me to not?
No, I want you to do it. Two truths
Okay.
and a lie.
Two truths and a lie.
They
That's a good
prepared
idea.
you for this.
All right. Who prepared me?
Monica. I know she told you.
Monica's a genius, though. I like her a lot. She was pretty
Oh,
cool.
now we know whose favorite is.
She did lean into the dad a little bit. I did get some love from mom.
Okay. Two truths and a lie. Let me hear yours.
Okay.
If I get it wrong, I'll chug this in my
Let's
cup.
say I joined the Mile High Club in a 737.
Well, you were a flight attendant.
I had sex in an oak tree.
Inside?
In the tree?
In the tree.
Like, we do have nice trees in Texas.
I've been in jail 4 times.
Wow.
What the hell, Dad?
Just throwing them out there. You tell me which. 2 truths and 1 lie.
I feel like you have been, because you have told so many stories of fighting. Like, definitely feel like you've been in jail at least 4 times.
I don't think that you had sex in an oak tree, but I think it's on your bucket list.
I don't know, though. They have some nice oak trees in Texas.
Wait, you can go inside of that?
Well, no, like the branch, like you could climb it.
Oh, okay.
There's some
You
big.
Do you think I
branches.
should go with Dad? Do you think I
Okay,
should
so
go
it's I don't
oak tree?
know. I don't
Oak tree.
know. Well, now that he's talking about the
I want
branches
to know
like
about.
that.
Okay, I'm gonna say oak tree's a lie.
Wrong.
Fuck, what's a lie?
It was a DC-10 in the galley, not a 737.
Okay, that doesn't count. I don't
Boom.
even know what the
Yeah, it
fuck is
does.
a 737.
It's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Wait, I want to know this story. You really are part of the Mile High Club?
Honey, I was a flight attendant for about a year. We were all junior living in New York. Most of the girls were my
Dad,
age.
you act like that's just like a normal thing. Like people just are having sex with the flight attendants every time they get on a plane.
I was a flight attendant, Goob. We were both flight attendants. It
Oh.
wasn't like I dragged somebody down to the galley. Come on.
Wait, but it was on the plane, right?
That's the part
That's
of the
part
Mile,
of the Mile High
Club.
Club, sweetheart.
Damn.
Join in,
What
Becca.
the hell?
I know.
Are you part of the Mile High Club?
I
Get
can't do
Becca
that
a
in
drink.
economy.
Somebody help her out. Somebody get Becca something to drink.
What
I
the
know.
hell?
I need a refill.
How many times have you been a part of the Mile High Club?
We're not going into details of my life. I just threw it out there, and you know now. It was a galley of a DC-10.
And you've been in jail 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting every time.
No.
What?
Yeah, I got pulled over for a DWI, but it wasn't.
Dad!
No, this is what happened. So I go to a wedding, and I got 3 buddies with me. My buddy Darren was driving. We go to the wedding, and we just go to the reception. We didn't even actually go to the ceremony because we were just there to dance and pick up girls. He got so shit-faced that he was head down on the table.
You let him drive?
That's the point. Who do you think had to drive?
Why would you? Oh, you
Because mine wasn't
you
head
have
down on
Lyft
the table.
or Uber?
No, there wasn't any of that. Anyway, so I'm driving. So this is
What would people do
hold
without
on.
Uber?
It's a funny
Yeah.
story.
Taxi.
So we're driving, and I'm doing 5. I only got pulled over because I was going like 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. But this is the problem. So they pull me over, and the ditch is at an extreme elevation. So when I go to step out of the truck, I fall right on my face.
Into
So it
the
was
ditch?
a highway patrolman, and they were like, you know.
Did you get booked for it? Like,
I got taken, but I took the test at the jail, and I was great
oh,
because I'm athletic.
wait, what'd they have you do for the test?
But, you know, they have you
Hurdles?
walk and do all this stuff. Well, whatever. I could
Dancing?
have done it. I could have done it.
Becca can't even do that
It was
sober.
a victory.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
No, but that was most of it was.
I'm gonna tell you my 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
And you have to guess.
Okay.
Well, you got it wrong. First, you have to drink.
I did
Yeah.
drink.
Okay. I'm the police. For
Okay.
this game.
I've dated a girl. I sold drugs in high school. Or I have 4 tattoos.
The truth?
One's a lie.
One's a lie. That's a good one. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Let me think. I don't think you dated a girl.
I did date a girl.
Did you?
I dated a girl in college. I don't even
You
consider
said
it-
high school.
No, I said I dated a girl. Did I say high school? No, I didn't.
I think she said
I
high
didn't take it
school.
back.
Huh?
No, I sold drugs in high school.
I know you did that.
That was a lie. No, that's a lie.
Really?
That's the lie.
Oh, shit.
What the hell? I didn't even do drugs in high school.
No, I know you didn't do them, but I knew you had access to them.
You would think I would sell them and not do them?
No, I didn't say that. I know you're an entrepreneur and you're smart and you had access, so I'm thinking, well, she had to throw this giant party. How's she gonna fund it?
No, I didn't. I charged $5 at the door. I made so much. I made like $200 from that
You
party.
dated a girl?
I don't even consider dating. Like I
Okay,
tried.
then I was right.
No, I mean,
Oh,
it is,
see,
it's
the story's
dating.
changing.
Dating girls is complicated, you know.
Wait, did you
Yeah.
like a date? Like boyfriend? I
Okay,
mean,
this is weird.
boyfriend?
Like, if you like start, this is what happens with girls, and I'm only like semi-dated one, but like they automatically think like you're like a thing. You know what I mean? Like you just start, and like that's when I was like, I'm not cut out for this whole thing. But they like get attached really, really quickly. Must be hard being a man. Girls just getting so
Nah,
attached.
it's easy. We're pretty simple.
I can't believe you thought I sold drugs in. I was terrified
No, I was
of
just
you.
thinking that you had access.
You really
and-
didn't.
Okay.
I snuck out a bunch. That's
I
one
know.
thing you've done. No, you didn't.
Honey, your screen was jacked up. I knew you were going out.
Why
there
would you
to-
not get me in trouble?
There's certain things you gotta just pick your fights.
But you would have the alarm thing. You know how I tricked it?
How?
If you left it open just a tiny bit, then none of them would go off.
Oh, good job.
This
really
is so fun getting to tell you all this right now. I'm trying to think of what else I can get off my chest while cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
You can get yelled at later. You snuck out.
Now get back to some fun. Becca, you
okay,
got
okay.
a joke? Tell us a joke.
Yeah,
I know I need a
Throw
joke.
it back to Becca.
Back to me. Okay, so I'll tell you two truths and a
Oh
lie.
yeah, tell us, Bex.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I didn't prepare for this.
She
Oh
can't
my
even
God.
think of two truths. She didn't write anything.
Wait, what? Oh no, I didn't write anything this time. Round? Okay.
Nothing on your hand?
No, I'm not prepared this time. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's
Hold on.
perfect.
Ari, you're freaking me out. Okay, I really can't think of anything.
You can't
right
think
now.
of
My mind is
anything?
completely
I feel like
blank.
I could think of 3 things for you.
Really?
We can literally hear in the mic.
Okay. I sold candies and Smarties in middle school.
That was a truth.
I threw a ginormous party at my house. I'm a really bad liar. And a ginormous party, just to be exact. And the first time I went to a club was when I was 15.
Well, that's a truth. You sold candies and Smarties? You definitely wouldn't lie about that. You didn't throw a ginormous
No,
party.
when she said Smarties, you knew she was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because she didn't say just candy.
She's like,
she
I
was
sold
specifically
super
Smarties.
I know,
And when
because
she went there,
remember
Yeah.
when people would pretend to smoke Smarties? When
Yeah.
they'd crush them up and they'd like, yeah, I did that in middle
My
school.
brother's in the building. I embarrassed him last episode
Oh,
talking
yeah?
about his fleshlight.
Yeah, I didn't throw a ginormous party because my mom was she's super clean freak, so nothing would get past her. I
Do
would
you
get
have-
my ass whooped.
Really?
Whooped. Yeah.
You're by your mom?
100%.
Not your
Wow.
dad?
Hey, Julia, did you ever
Yeah.
get your ass whooped?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Spankings are a thing in Texas. I don't even know how you don't even get in trouble with that.
I would spank my kid if I had one.
Only when warranted.
That's so mean. Spankings?
Mean.
It molds you to the person you are today.
Oh great. Now I like being
Becca
spanked.
is on my team again.
Yeah, I like
I'm
being
back on the
spanked.
Becca squad. Yeah.
It really does. Honestly,
Yeah.
these kids that aren't getting whooped, they're so soft. Now everyone gets invited. No
Preach
offense.
it.
No offense, but everyone, you have to invite every single person in your class to your party. Not everyone's a winner. You gotta grow.
Boom.
Oh
You
my
gotta
God.
grow a
She's just trying to
personality.
be your favorite. She's
I'm a
trying to
Becca
kick
fan.
Monica to the
can I
curb.
say?
Ask me who's my
What can I
favorite again.
say? Who's your
Ask
favorite?
me.
Who's your favorite?
It's Becca.
That's my Instagram handle. That's Becca.
I wish I had an Instagram handle. Can we get a womp 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 for that or
I got
thank
one.
you?
You can use mine.
What is yours? You want to plug your
It's
Instagram?
boring.
You're gonna
No.
get so many
I
followers.
don't even know what it is.
How do we have to? How did you teach me about sex? That's one thing I don't remember.
I
Yes.
didn't. I was totally uncomfortable in that role. I didn't have any sisters. Simmer down. Simmer down.
I'm simmered.
I didn't have any sisters. It was 2 brothers and my mom. And I didn't know that much about from the female perspective. So,
So you just let me hanging.
no,
Thanks,
I
Dad.
told you what the dudes think. I told you this is what guys think. Guys are
That doesn't help give the
aggressive.
sex
No,
talk.
it's like if you do, if you
This is
antagonize.
This is
or
how I
if
learned
you-
about sex. He's like,
No, that was your mom's job. I taught you about the guy's perspective. That was my job.
uh-huh.
We talked about it. I'm gonna tell her what the guys think.
Oh.
Thank you.
Everyone give it up for my brother.
Go, Grady.
Whoa,
Go,
making his
Grady.
big debut.
Grady, did he have the sex talk with you?
Yeah. Did Dad have the sex talk?
I still
Oh,
talk to her
great.
about it. After we heard things this evening, we had conversations.
See, but why can't that exist between this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna make sex talks between dads and daughters.
No, if
great
I
again.
knew more, at the time I hadn't had daughters.
But why
I
can't you
hadn't
have
been
a
around
full
young girls.
conversation with Grady about his sex life?
Because I've been right through the avenue of hormones.
Why can't
that
I
he's
tell you about
going
my
through.
sex life?
Because I haven't been through your avenue of hormones.
What
I
does
don't know.
avenue of hormones have to do
Emotions.
with
Girls are much more emotional. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. Guys are more physical. It's a different thing.
Well, speaking
You
of
know
sex and sex talk,
Yeah.
here's a word from our sponsors. Whoa. Before we get into more daddy issues of mine, did you know that Roman You know how Roman Swipes is changing the game, the sex game? What does it do, Dad? Tell them.
Makes you last longer,
Oh, yeah, it makes you last longer.
which is important.
Which is very important. Shag Mag is changing the conversation around sex with your parents, and Roman Swipes is changing the game around sex. Have you ever needed to last longer in bed?
Absolutely.
Oh, you have.
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't? Exactly. Roman's going to be your wingman. Go to GetRoman.com/shitshow. Get $10 off your first order and 2-day free shipping. Go to GetRoman.com/shitshow or click the link in the description below. And, you know, if you go to an order, use the code SHITSHOW. Screenshot your order. Yes, you actually have to
Hey, could
purchase
they
it.
code it like juliasdad.com or some
No,
shit?
Dad,
No?
that's too difficult. Shit show.
That'd be kinda
GetRoman.com/shit show.
GetRoman.com/shitshow.
Screenshot your order, DM it to us on the Instagram @shitshow, and who knows, you might get something fun from us. All right, should we get back into this?
Absolutely.
More of my daddy issues? Here we go. I feel like parents, though, we should, and that's something we did talk about in the clubhouse, is that sex should be able to be a topic between parents. Like, why is it weird? Like, watching a sex scene, like, oh my God, why is that so weird? Like, that's...
I used to literally
Sex.
close my eyes for the sex scenes till I was like way older, just because I was uncomfortable with I was like,
Like, well, why is that so
I would leave the
weird?
room.
Like, why is sex
you don't
talk
wanna-
between parents and kids so weird?
You probably didn't have the sex
Did you
talk
talk
because you don't want to
about
hear
sex
about
with your
it.
parents?
No.
Not at all. Not even your dad.
No.
Yeah, I do
I had to
feel
figure
like
it out on my own. You got to hear about my first time, man.
I want to
Can
hear
you-
about your
yeah,
first
I want to hear
time.
it too. I want to hear it too.
Okay. And I'm not going to mention any names because she was the greatness. She was absolutely greatness. She was 2 years older than me. So I was a sophomore in high school.
You didn't lose your virginity until you were a sophomore in high. I mean, I guess that's about when I was.
I'm telling the story.
Okay, sorry.
Would you settle down? So yeah, you know, we were playing football. You know, I was doing pretty good in football.
Wait, you and her were playing?
Simmer down.
I'm asking.
No, I was on the team, and it
Okay.
was kind of a big deal back where I'm from. And so we met and we talked. And so anyway, let me tell you about this girl. So she moved to Texas from Hawaii.
Ooh.
Okay, she moved, and okay, so homecoming's like in what, October?
Yeah.
She was a senior. I was a sophomore. In 2 months, she was already nominated as a homecoming queen.
Wow.
Okay, so usually homecoming queens are like somebody everybody knows.
Yeah.
You know,
So she's
she
hot.
was just smoking hot, right?
From Hawaii, yeah, I
Yeah.
bet she was a smoke show.
So anyway, so it was after a game. We went to a house party. We went into, like, it was actually the master bedroom of one of the guys. It was like his mom's room.
It
And
happens.
she just introduced me to the whole thing, and I was just totally deer in the headlights. But I was.
What is up with you
but
being
listen,
a deer in
listen,
the
no.
headlights?
No, I was totally, you know, outside of that. I was
Outside of
totally
what?
like full of confidence, like I was I talked the game like I was the big
That
shit.
you thought that you knew what you were doing,
Yeah.
and you didn't.
And no.
Was
Uh-uh.
it bad?
No, I mean she was greatness. She helped me through the whole thing. I
She
told
helped
you that.
She held your hand through the whole process.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You don't think that, like, would you have liked to have that conversation about sex? Do you think that would have helped you,
With
like
my
your parents? Yeah.
Probably.
Have you had the conversation? Like, have you and your dad ever talked about your sex life at all?
No, but honestly, like, I mean, I talk about it like with my mom. I talked about it with my mom,
See?
but it does make
Mom's
more sense
job.
because it's like imagine if like you were younger and your dad was like, okay, let's talk about sex. You're like, all right, I already know. Like, please no.
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna
mean,
talk
I
about
guess.
that right now. When you're younger, like you just don't. That's the last thing you want to talk.
But maybe
about.
that's why girls have daddy issues, because we can't talk about sex
Well,
with our
you
dads.
call everything daddy issues. You know, you can label
would you-
anything.
what would you
we
do-
put
like,
way too many
Dad.
labels on issues. Like it's dad's fault. Like own your shit. Don't put
I
it
own
on
my
me.
shit. I have my own issues.
Don't put it on me all the time.
You have daughter issues? Maybe I should ask you if you have daughter
maybe
issues.
all the greatness that turned out to be Julia Rose, like the whole, you know, machismo and the power and the maybe that was from me.
Yep, that was
maybe
from
it's,
you.
Maybe it's daddy greatness.
Daddy.
Daddy
and
greatness.
The issues come from something totally different.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Well, let's blame it on the dad.
Do
'cause
you have
easy
any
target?
Do you have any of your friends that ask you about, like, or any of our family members that, like, dog on you for what I do?
For what you do? Nah.
You don't have any friends? I feel like Grady does. Do you
No.
get made fun of in school, or like do guys like?
They don't like make fun of me. They more just joke around with me. But I feel like behind my back, they're like really jealous.
It's got to be tougher for him.
I did hear this. We should talk about this. I heard his football coach said something.
Well,
That was a long time ago, and that coach that said something, we don't talk about it.
Oh, we don't talk about it? Okay.
no. And you know,
Why
it's
did I wanted to
but
send him a
still,
nice text.
But no, you can't blame people for their reaction. Their reaction is their reaction based on how they were brought up. It doesn't mean anything.
I don't know. I think
you get triggered by well, Grady's coach. Who gives a shit what he
I
says?
don't give a
It
shit
doesn't
because
make-
why does my brother have to pay for my mistakes?
Mistake.
Not mistakes.
What's your
No, no, no,
mistake?
not
Oh, now come on, kid issues. Let's bring it out. What's your mistake?
Not mistake. Just like why does my brother have to pay for my decisions?
He doesn't. That's the point. If it became an issue, you don't think the dad would have gone up and had a?
Do you think
Yeah.
your
I mean,
brothers?
My little brothers follow you on Instagram.
Well, not anymore.
Did.
If I have a new Instagram, I'll plug it here.
But
If I don't have one right now.
sometimes my mom will tell me like some family members, whatever, this and that, blocked. Then don't look at me. Go home. Fuck.
It's so
boring ass
different though.
life.
Like, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like if anyone gets anything, any girl, literally, if you would have told me a couple months ago that we would be sitting here in this place right now, it's crazy. It's honestly nuts. And I'm
What,
trying
that I'm
to
here?
paint that we can even somewhat have this conversation. And that's what I kind of wanted to do with the shit show and Shagmag is open the conversation about sex. And I am getting to do it. And I think like any girl watching this that like maybe can't talk to her dad about like a bunch of things or has like a conservative dad that wants to cut up her t-shirts when she's in high school. There is hope at the
There's
end
a
of the
time and a place. That
No,
was
but
the
it's
point.
cool. It's cool. It's like I'm getting to do what I really want to do because at the end of the day, this is like the whole point behind this is to get to talk about how your dad lost his virginity on YouTube.
Simmer down. I threw that out there. Okay.
So do you go to Hawaii a lot? Any trips to Hawaii?
No, actually, she's very successful.
You
last
still
time
know
I
her?
talked to her, she lived in Alabama.
You talked to her?
She was greatness. She who. Now, not since I've been
make this
married.
one?
Not since I've been
Yeah,
married.
yeah.
But in between, I mean, she's still on like Facebook and stuff. I still.
I want to see a picture after this.
She.
Yeah, I want to see too.
Yeah,
She was great, and you know, she knew I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and she still stayed with me.
She held your hand through it all.
Yeah, and we were an item for a while.
Aw, I love that. I love that story. Okay, let's
There you
play.
go.
We're gonna play Never Have I Ever. Don't look at this. Shit, show us your true colors. So, have you ever played Never Have I Ever?
No.
Do we put our
Really?
hands up?
No, we just drink. It's just
Okay.
3.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna say Never Have I Ever, and I'm gonna say a statement. If you've done it, you have to drink.
Okay.
Okay?
If I've done it,
If you've done it.
Wait, am I doing it too?
Yes,
or no?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Never have I ever had a threesome.
No.
I'm waiting for you to drink.
you just want me to drink?
No. Have you had a threesome? I want to know. You're on
What
the
was
mile.
the question?
The question is, have you had a threesome?
And I drink if it's.
If you have, you drink. No way! What the fuck? Oh my-
Okay, disclaimer.
Wait a minute.
This is when I was young and
You went from Mr. She had to hold my hand to threesome? Dad.
what we talked about maturing and growing in ourselves. And I hope it
Was
doesn't
it with
embarrass
the
my wife.
penthouse
You know,
pets?
I am married to the greatest
He is
woman in the
happily-
history of the
he is.
world,
He is.
and she is a total smoke show.
She is. She is
So,
a total smoke show.
Just because I'm talking about my past.
She has a
and my,
past too. Everyone has a past.
Yeah, but she's okay. What's
Okay.
next?
Never have I ever hooked up with someone on a football field. He's gonna chug his old beer. Have you hooked up with someone on a football field?
No.
Not the Burbank. Football's not a big thing here. It's
That's
crazy.
what- we're
I
really
miss
good.
high
We were
school
really good when
football,
I was,
Texas
like,
high school
beginning of-
football.
Yeah.
Never have I. Well, this is an easy one, but never have I ever blacked out.
Oh.
Becca's
Blacked
like,
out right
I'm
now.
blacked out right now.
I've never blacked out.
Really?
Nah.
Never.
Uh-uh.
Been some gnarly fights though.
Yeah.
Look at your pinkies. This is my favorite thing about my dad.
That's the easy one. That's the
Look at
bent
this. This is permanent. I used to sit when I was little and try
one.
and
But this
straighten
one
it
was
out.
from football. This one was from fighting.
Huh?
This one was from fighting.
Look at his pinky. Isn't that crazy? I always forget he has those. It's nuts.
What is
Yeah,
that
but it
from?
looks cool
What
when
is
I
that
drink.
from?
Watch, it looks like I'm proper.
So fancy. Pinkies up.
Craziest thing. Pinkies up. You have to do the dad pinky.
Yeah.
I used to sit there as little and try and straighten it out. Like, you sure it won't straighten?
It will, but it takes hours and then it just goes right
Oh,
back.
that's like when I broke my elbow.
What?
When I got my cast off, I literally like could not move it from this position,
Really?
and I would have to like stretch it out. It was like the most painful thing ever.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we close? Let's close with our lover's dilemma. If you're having trouble in the love department, please write us at contact@shagmag.com so we can help you out. Dear Shit Show, hello from a female fan. Please let me come and hang out at the pool with you guys. I need some help in the love department. My dad hates my boyfriend. How do I get the two most important men in my life to like each other before it's too late?
That's a really good one.
Ooh, this is perfect.
No, it's pretty simple.
What do you mean?
You don't get them to make them like each other. How stupid is that?
What do you
It's
mean?
got to be organic. They got to be around each other. If they're likable, they will. If the
They'll warm up.
if the boyfriend is worthy, the dad'll warm up. If he's not, fucking chuck him to the curb.
I remember one time this guy came over. I was like in high school.
You had a boy over?
I had a boy over. We had to clean the fish tank first of all. That was what we had to do, like as a date. They like put us to work. So we're cleaning the fish tank, and like as we're like cleaning it in the kitchen, my dad's like, "What's your favorite football team?" He's like, "I don't watch football, sir." My dad made him leave immediately. Made him leave the house.
It's kind of like a dork sign right off the bat.
But he
I don't watch
literally-
football. You know.
Like dad literally was like, "See you later." I was like, "Dad, I really liked you." He's like, "I don't care." I don't
How
care.
old were you?
I was in high school. Or like
Oh.
no,
Do you
like
think
eighth
you would
grade.
have
Right.
ended up with
Eighth
him?
grade.
What am I supposed
Or
to
was
marry
it
this
Eighth
guy?
grade. Like this was the love of your life.
It could have been. I'll never
Man,
know.
I helped you sort. That's all. I helped you sort. That's the dad's job.
He also had answered. Did you ever have the phone where they'd have to call and ask to speak to some? Like I had a cell phone, but he was like,
Hey, what about the UFC bets we had? You didn't even talk about those. Those were funny.
those were fun. We used to bet on UFC.
Yeah.
We used to
My
sit.
grandma used to make me watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
We used to
Super
sit
random.
and bet, and we'd get to change. Like we'd do this craziest bets, and like I get to either paint his nails, or I'd change his voicemail, or when you could put a song when people call you, it plays.
Yes,
I
where
put
it's like,
Britney
please listen
Spears.
to this.
Yeah, I'd put
Yeah.
like Britney
Bring
Spears
back
on his
to-
phone, where like people. It was
Well,
great.
one time you lost, and you had the one where at the junior high, you had to get out the car and stand up and say, "I've got the greatest dad in the world," in front of all your. You did, didn't you? You remember that?
Yeah, the
Do you not
greatest
remember
dad.
that?
I also remember I got punished for something, and you made me write, "I will listen and obey my father 100 times." Like, what does that do?
It just tries to make you remember.
I'm still writing it to this day. I haven't finished.
You just remember.
Okay, so you're telling this girl there's no hope. Her dad, if your dad doesn't
No,
like,
I'm
someone-
not saying there's no hope, but he's got the dad's
don't
going to make
force
the
it, yeah,
evaluation.
yeah.
You can't force it. You can't force them to like each other.
Would my brother ever bring anyone home, like a girl, and you wouldn't like her, like approve of her?
If there was a potential degree
Oh,
of skankiness,
God,
no.
whatever.
What would
If
be
there
like a
was
test that you would
skankiness,
do?
I would totally. Yeah.
What's a test dads do to like test guys?
No, to test girls. First.
Well, with you, it's easy. You always threw a football. If you threw a football better than he did,
But I throw a really good football.
you did.
So
I'm
what's
always
another
proud of that.
test? Is there anything that you do specifically to like see
Well, I can just tell in their eyes what they're about.
they're scared?
Yeah. Well,
Parents
it's
can
not about
always
being
tell.
scared.
What is it
It's
about?
about
Being
you know,
genuine.
if their goals are disingenuous, I can read it, and this dad may too. So the girl, because she's younger, may not be able to discern the
Mhm.
individual like the dad can.
But what if she loves him?
Well, there's people that run into train wrecks every day.
Oh my God.
No.
No
If-
hope.
if
End of
somebody-
story. You're
No.
fucked. Sorry.
No, I
Your
could.
dad
Hey,
wins.
did I not help you through some of those?
Sometimes parents can really sense
You
things
think-
before.
That's right.
That-
Why?
Shut up,
Experience.
Becca. He already said you're his favorite.
Experience. Dads have experience.
We're done. We're done.
No, my dad, oh wait, actually.
What? Say it. Say it.
No, when I was like, I'm dating this guy before, he was just like, I don't know, just like wasn't a fan of him. And he like called literally what happened. And I was
Really?
like, damn. I was like,
Dads can
and
be
I was like,
fortune
stop,
tellers.
stop. And my mom was like, calm down.
Dad, why didn't you tell everyone your famous Instagram to find you? You don't want people to find you. do you?
Nah.
We don't want you to
Make
find
them
me.
hunt. If they want to find me, they can hunt. If they want my opinion, they're gonna have to
Julia
look for it.
Rose's dad, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Texas, in the building. I'm so happy to have you. I can't believe this. This is great. This is crazy. We're changing the game here. Your dad's next, buddy.
I know.
Really? Yeah, gets
Yeah,
Bex.
I
We're gonna
know.
get Bex out on your next. What do you remind him to do, Bex?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That is right. Don't forget to pregame with us at the Shit Show Clips page. And don't forget that the audio drops early on iTunes on Tuesdays. We will see you next Thursday.